read, it's called The Book of Awakening, and it was given to me when Grandmaster Quinn, which was my husband for those of you that don't know, the gentleman on the right, when he passed away, it was given to me by Master Robert and Master Elizabeth, and it's a daily reading for an entire year. And the other day I came across this great quote, and I'm going to try to do it justice. It was, greatness is the courage to overcome obstacles. Greatness is the courage to overcome obstacles. And so I wanted to ask you guys, I loved that quote, thought it was very, very powerful, very strong. I wanted to ask you guys, what does greatness mean to you? Obviously the words greatness and courage stand out in this particular quote. So what does greatness mean to you as a person? Julian, you're back too. Nice to see you. Happy New Year. Anyone? Greatness. I love how the kids are always raising their hands and the adults go silent. Lottie. Okay, but if you raise your hand, you gotta have something to say. You don't all want to do push-ups because you raised your hand for nothing. Okay. That means greatness to you? Yeah. Greatness can mean many different things to many people. That's why I'm asking you the question. What does greatness mean to you? And Addie, how old are you? 6? 7. I'm sorry, you turned 7. I missed it. A 7-year-old is going to think of the word greatness differently than a 13 or 15-year-old or a 60-something-year-old or 70-something or whatever. What does it mean to you, Addie?
It means that greatness means to me that I say I am greatness to help people.
You're trying to use both words in one? Okay, well that was an interesting approach. Thank you. Let's do one more. Tori, what's greatness?
Greatness is pushing myself past my limit.
Ooh, that's a nice answer. Sensei Dawn?
I like the word courage because you only need courage if something is scary or difficult. So to be great, you're facing something that's scary or difficult and continuing even though it's scary or difficult. Something that's scary or difficult for one person may not be for another, but you only have to be courageous if there's something to fear.
Thank you, Sensei Dawn, for giving everybody the answer. Okay, so now let's go to the word courage. What does that mean? And you know, I'm happy for you guys to answer too.
Overcoming big challenges.
Is that, how do you find courage to do so? Okay, excellent answer. What else, Julian?
Courage is the ability in mind to be brave enough to do something or overcome a challenge that is really hard.
Good. Lottie, is this for real?
Yes.
Okay.
I think courage is like when things are super hard. Like you have this sheet of like super hard equations and you don't understand like some of it, but you like have the courage to still try it out and see and like do your best.
Excellent. Astro, you had your hand up.
Yeah, I was going to say is the strength or the ability to overcome an obstacle.
Yes. Hence, greatness is the courage to overcome an obstacle. That's exactly what it is. Okay? So when we talk about things like this, just because we're at karate, we're not always talking karate. We use different terminology, different language. Anyone's answer is acceptable. There's not one right answer, so don't be fearful of participating. Okay? I want to hear how you think. Whether you're a child, an adult, a teenager, share your thoughts and then listen to others. Remember we talked about bring an open mind and listen. So maybe today wasn't your turn. You didn't want to say something. You didn't feel like you wanted to say it. Or maybe it didn't mean as much to you. That's okay. But don't be fearful of ever participating. Try to find a moment where you feel, I have something I want to say and I'd like for it to be heard. And then share it, because we're a safe space here. We share with one another. And we work in mind as well as body. and spirit. Mind is thinking.
I would love to hear what Simply Bert has to say.
Oh, did he raise his hand?
All I was gonna say was, maybe it's the opposite of can't. You know, when you say you can't do something, you can't play the piano, you can't do a push-up, you can't do a one-arm push-up, maybe you should have the courage to try to do that push-up.
Somebody had courage earlier on the
Right.
map when it was something new. Is that where that came from when you were over there?
So, you know, it's the opposite of can't. When you tell yourself you can't do something, you're kind of being afraid you can't. You don't have any courage at that moment.
And then when you find the courage, you'd be amazed at what you can accomplish. So allow yourself to believe that you have courage. Don't start by saying, I have none. I can't and I won't. Just say, let's try. And let's see what happens. Remember, gong. I will do my best and try my hardest. Effort. Also, oh, and would you like to say something?
A real thing. We had in our class today, we had a situation where we had to find courage. And we had a code of ethics that Dylan was going to say in front of everybody out loud. He was going to read it. So as a commitment, come on up. This is the third code of ethics. That's not everybody.
All members of Kung Nu are unified in spirit and respect for each other and their instructors.
So, we had to have courage today to reinforce and commit ourselves to doing that.
Respect for each other, instructors. Abby?
I also think you need courage to maybe you have like maybe something and you have to go in front of like thousands of people because I did that.
Oh, you're speaking from experience. Thank you. Yes, it takes courage to try new things. Right? Always try new things. You never know how great you can be until you try. All right, that's it for today.